A check-in with Heidi at this hour.
Thank you, Sarah. You know, learning for the most part is considered by many to be an inside activity, relegated to classrooms and desks and in front of computer screens. Well, by spending so much time learning inside, kids perhaps are missing out on one of the most interactive spaces in which to learn, the great outdoors. So we're learning more about nature deficit disorder this morning with Laura-Lee Burgess of Oxford Learning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Uh-oh, nature deficit disorder.
Yes.
It has a name.
It does. Now it does. It's a term that's been coined to address the disconnect between nature, between our natural environment, and the impact that's actually having on kids and their learning experience.
Researchers are actually looking at this, and of course last week the participation survey came out that gave Canadian children a D- when it comes to being active and fit, and part of that they related to not spending enough time outdoors.
Outside. That's right.
What's going on?
So it's like you said, I mean, kids are spending a lot of time inside, whether they're in the classroom. I think that report also cited it's like 7 hours of screen time. That's a lot of time that kids aren't outside, and it's something that's really important. So we need to get, you know, we've always said that physical fitness and activity is related to learning. So we need to get kids outside more, and the more unsupervised play that they have, the better their learning experience will be.
Now that's interesting, because a lot of parents may not be too keen on that idea, the whole unsupervised idea. Why is that important?
Well, it's important because kids need to learn how to assess risk. They need to learn, you know, what is okay. They need to be able to put themselves in that situation, see what didn't work, and be able to fix it. And what's happening is so much of our activity is supervised, and it's so guided that kids aren't having that opportunity to explore and develop their imagination and foster creativity. So, you know, those scraped knees and banged up elbows are all part of a learning process that we really need to encourage kids to do.
Right, so it may not be like book learning, as they say, but it is learning. So what should people do?
Get outside.
Get outside, okay.
Get outside. So anything, you know, whether it's a hike or fishing, climb a tree, you know, like let your kid climb a fence, whatever. Just get outside, and get outside where there's no, you know, organized activities, and just let them play. Right. And that's the thing, you know, they show that being outside really helps with attitude, it helps with mental alertness, can improve focus and concentration, calms kids who are a little more active or, you know, overstimulated by too much information. So there's a lot of positive benefits. A lot of it is mood, and really helps kind of bring kids back to
center. So that and that of course is related to learning.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely. It sets them up to be able to learn more effectively. So, you know, the more we can get kids outside, whether that's part of your after-school routine and you let them outside to play a little more, the more they can kind of run around at recess and lunch, the better off their day will be, for sure.
And their learning will be as well. So we often talk about the physical benefits of getting outside, but there are mental benefits as well.
Absolutely. There's tons of cognitive and emotional benefits that go along with being outside.
Yeah, so make an effort to get out in the great outdoors.
That's right.
And sometimes the weather helps us, sometimes not. But you know what? You can go out on a rainy day too and go jumping in puddles.
It's fun to splash in the puddles too.
Yeah, I used to love doing that in my strawberry shortcake rubber boots.
Yeah. Have fun, you know, dig for worms, whatever. But get outside more, and it's definitely something, like you said, the participation report last week said we're not doing so well in that area, so we really need to encourage kids to get outside.
We don't want nature deficit disorder. That doesn't sound good at all.
It doesn't.
Thank you so much for coming in.
You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Let's go over now to Sarah.